Welcome back to Diana's Magical Mermaid Tarot, my beautiful soul tribe. We got a message here today, incoming about your haters, and we're going to take a look at what is going on in this energy dynamic between you and them, whoever they are. Now remember, if you arrived here, then this message is for you. If you have felt pulled towards this reading, this message is for you. That's how your intuition works. May all energies revealed here today be uplifted and transmitted for the benefit of the highest good for the collective. Amen. Okay, let us begin. I think you're doing very well. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that right now. I feel like you handled yourself with aplomb. Okay, you handled yourself very, very well. Okay, you were viewed as a class act. You were viewed as very professional. You were viewed as having handled things. Your self-esteem and your self-worth is in place. You did not lower yourself or drag yourself through the dirt or lower yourself to low standards in order to deal well with your hater. And you are the king or queen of the situation right now. You have bested them in some major ways, okay? I feel like your career is going really well right now. You know, you look like a professional when it comes to your hater. Your hater maybe have tried to impact your image in some type of way, and it didn't work. You walked away from that situation looking like you had it together, okay? And you do. Your career is going strong. Your self-esteem is intact. You handled yourself with class. You handled yourself with aplomb. And that is the truth of the matter, okay? We have perseverance, okay? Yeah, your hater is like feeling defensive about you. I don't know what it is. I feel like this person feels like, oh my gosh, viewer put me through the paces. I think you made them feel guarded. You made them feel like they really had to be up on their game to deal with you. They really feel like you in order to maybe even measure up to you or to prove themselves against you, they had to be jumping hoops. Whereas you were just sitting there, chill, confident, relaxed. You had nothing to prove. You are already there. You already made it. Okay, you already have this energy going really well for yourself, and you got yourself together. Okay, you don't have to prove anything to anyone because you're always on point. Okay, you're always on point. Whereas this person's look, their hair's out of place, they have to jump, their stuff is all over the place. They're you challenged them. You are a challenge for your hater, okay, or your haters. And they really had to endure tests and trials while dealing with you, while the whole time you were sitting chill. It's because you're on a whole other level from them. You're on a whole other level. It's like someone who is super well trained, has got lots of experience, enters a room and a challenge is put in front of them. And then you got someone who, they've got some experience, sure, they're in the same field, they've learned some things, but they're just not on your level when it comes to experience. Raw intelligence, your personality, you're just more professional. You carry yourself with more dignity, more class. There's so many things you just have on point, whereas they're still struggling to sort of line these things up in themselves. And so it's like you're putting them through the paces. Okay, you're putting them through the paces, and that is the truth. You're a very generous person. Okay, you're a very generous person. You're very kind. When you see someone is struggling, you're ready to help them. I feel like you may have patronized your hater or been because you don't feel threatened, right? You don't feel threatened. It's not a competition for you. If someone looks like they could use your business, you walk in and you give them your business. If someone looks like they can use your help, you give help. You helped out your hater. That's who you are, okay? And I feel like this is how you're viewed by your hater. They feel like you were charitable. You help them out by letting them stay at your place, or you help them out by patronizing their business, or you help them out with some kind of activity that they were needing help with or feeling kind of helpless about. Maybe they needed help with their computer, or they needed help with someone coming to help them move, or you just provided some type of help for them in their moment of failure, in their moment of feeling like they were bereft or poor or broke. You came in at a time like that. Yeah, your hater understands that you were a blessing. They understand that you were a blessing, okay? And that's the truth of the matter. You came in bringing class and bringing help, aid, while they're sitting there floundering and they were praying, God, can you please send me someone to help? And you showed up. You are God's gift. You were God's answer to their prayers, and yet they look at how they behave themselves, right? They did not act right, and that is clear, right? Or they wouldn't be your hater. I feel like your hater is you caused them a lot of stress and worry. I ain't gonna lie, you caused them a lot of stress and worry. They felt pressure. I kind of got that here with the putting them through the paces, them having to jump hoops and all that. You felt them. They felt pressure from you. Maybe you didn't realize that you were doing this, or that you had this effect. You're just being yourself. You're just a world class act. You know a lot, but you're not cocky about it. You're just quietly confident. But it feels like you put a lot of pressure on your hater. They felt like pressure to perform well. They felt like when you were around, like if you were watching what they were doing, they're like, oh my God, I hope I don't mess up. Can I be up to hater standards? Can I be up to viewer standards? Stuff like this. So you may not have realized this, but they felt like, you put them under pressure because they felt lacking in skills or lacking in something. And you came in like a class act, and maybe, let's see. Let's get more information. Yeah. Wow. Your hater, I gotta say, your haters, I think that they feel imprisoned by their own mental problems. Okay, this person may feel very insecure. So I do feel like this person, they may feel insecure. You make them feel insecure. You make them feel powerless. Okay, they feel powerless in your life. It's not pretty, fam. Okay, how they feel about you, it's not pretty. You just make them feel insecure. That's what it comes down to. We have luck. Your haters think that you're very lucky, that you're very blessed, that you're very fortunate, that you get paid, you're well funded, you're financially backed, you're rewarded for the things you've done. You have good karma that's coming through. So your haters view you as having good karma. They feel that you may have a good family. Perhaps you inherited well. You have a good inheritance, or your family takes good care of you. They would like to be close to you. I feel like your haters would like to be close to you, but they can't. They sort of imprison themselves through their own mental patterns. They feel like they're not good enough, or they feel like insecure in some type of way. So they feel like they can't get too close to you. Especially they see all the blessings in your life, and I think it kind of pisses them off a little bit. Makes them feel insecure mostly. Okay, we have live and learn. Mm-hmm. You are walking karma for your haters, viewer. You're walking karma. You taught a lesson very effortlessly, I might add. You didn't need to overstress yourself or be jumping over hoops or feel all flustered or feel worried or all that. That's all their energy. Okay, they got hot and bothered, and in the meantime, you're just cool and collected. And what you taught them is, viewer, is that go study up your books. Don't go study up more. Go learn more. Go back to school if you have to. Gain more experience. And when you learn things from experience, apply them. Learn from what you are experiencing rather than just repeating the same patterns over and over again. Truly learn. Be a good student. Become like a student again. Maybe this person feels like they're seasoned and they got it like that, but really they just need to go back to the drawing board and learn certain things about certain things. And that is the lesson for your haters. You're walking karma. So the stress that they're undergoing, it's their fault, not yours. We have idea. Let me see what the words are here. We got, oh my gosh, these are so hard to read. We got suggestion, vision. Okay, I'm not sure what the first one is. This person, they feel like you suggested something to this person. You did. And I don't know if they resisted it or what happened exactly, but you gave them an idea that they're realizing, oh my gosh, viewer might be right. I don't know if they'll ever tell you this or give you credit, but you just put them on the spot in some type of way, and it made them feel like something was wrong with them. They may have like an insecurity or insecurities, or have an inferiority complex. And you just suggested an idea, and they're like, that's a good idea. I hadn't really thought of that before. But so I think you're making them feel really insecure, your haters. And that's a lot of what's coming through. Let me get your next set of oracle cards. I feel like your haters feel really unlucky. They feel like, like God has not blessed them, like God has blessed you. Something about lacking support or lacking familial support is going on in their lives. So how are you? Let's take a look at what's going on here. Your energy when it comes to your haters. You got risk. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at your angle, your side of things when it comes to your haters. I feel like something you did has caused a sense of isolation in your hater. Okay. I feel like your hater feels alone. They may have a friend in their corner who's trying to assuage them and give them condolences and say it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. But you have really caused some serious pain in your hater or haters. They feel they're like needing hand holding and like, oh my God, what viewer did to me. Oh my God, you've got them all in a tizzy. They're either crying or stressing. Like you left a mark. You left I don't know, man. They're all in a tizzy. They feel like limited and feel like triggered and all this. Yeah, very much so. Okay. We got seduction, and you're very attractive. You're very attractive. This is another thing that's got your haters. They're realizing that they don't get to be around your beauty. They don't get to be around you and the good things that you represent, the beautiful things that you represent. You're a good looking person, you have good health, you have a good stature. And it's kind of got them triggered because they're like, why is it that beautiful people don't like me? Why is it that beautiful people like viewer don't like me? Or, or you may have long hair or something. Something about you coming around adds to their clout. And it's like maybe you've taken that away from them and they're feeling despondent and distraught over it. Empathy. I feel like you are actually quite empathetic. You're quite empathetic. You are empathetic to their situation. You are like this loyal dog that shows up and never goes anywhere, and continues to come to this person, even if they're not quite right, even if they're a pariah, if they're a loner, or if they're something's wrong with them, or they're ill, or something's going on with them. You came around. You came around to this person. You stuck with them. You were a supportive ear at one point, okay? And they've lost out on your loyalty, and they've lost out on your empathy, okay? They've lost out on it. They've lost out on your charity too. I kind of got that vibe from the last set that you, my beautiful viewer, you will be really nice to your haters. Oh my gosh, you're an angel. You're an angel, viewer. Okay. Thank you so much for coming to my reading, coming to watch this video. And if you're feeling any particular part of this message, let me know which card popped out at you, okay? And we can talk about it in the comment section. But I am getting that you were very nice to your hater or haters, very nice. And your maybe departure or absence is causing them to they're feeling alone right now, man. They're feeling abandoned. I feel like your haters, they may have felt lust for you. It's quite possible. They may have thought that you are very attractive. And maybe they felt lust for you directly, like they wanted to be with you. But I'm also getting like they wanted to maybe also be like you. Okay, they may want to snatch your look or something. Okay, but you represent something. Yeah, no, they were lusting for you. I mean, I've got this chameleon with the tongue sticking out. They were lusting for your body, lusting for your looks, lusting for something about you. It could be lusting for a trait or quality that you have. Wow. Yikes. They've lost out when it comes to the business world, your haters. Yeah, when it comes to the business world, their good luck has been impacted negatively. by what went on. Okay? Especially when it comes to the business world, when it comes to resources and things growing for them. When it comes to things starting up for them, it's not working. You may have been a business partner of your haters, or you may have been a partner of your haters. They feel like you used to be the one to hold their hand. You were there to sort of make them feel less alone, and now you're gone. Okay? This may be a former partner of yours, or former friend, or someone you used to patronize, maybe their business. Your hater or your haters, they want you to reach out to them. They want you to reach out. They secretly want you to support them in business, or they want your support. They want your support. That's really what it is. Deep down inside, they feel like they lost your support. They lost your support. Okay? I don't care what the scenario is. They feel like they lost your support. Okay? Yeah. They just feel like when you left, the good fortune in their lives left. The good fortune in their life left. You were good fortune. Your presence was good fortune. They recognize that now. And they feel like, there goes good fortune going out the door. Bye-bye. And that's you, viewer. I feel like this person, they might be alone. They might not be a great person. They kind of like, in general, people don't tend to come around them or something, or patronize them much. And they end up feeling alone. Is that, yeah. I feel like you abandoned your haters. You took off running away from them. And I feel like, again, this is a sense of like good luck, fortune, enterprise, got the horseshoe. Like everything is just, it's like it evaporated when you left. Evaporated. And I'm not saying, I'm not trying to blow smoke up your ass saying that you are everything to this person, but it really is true. Energetically speaking, the way they treated you, that pushed you away, that made you leave or whatever, or the way they're treating you, it's impacting their good luck. It's impacting good fortune coming their way. It does. We have protection. I do feel like they feel vulnerable. They feel vulnerable without you there. Okay. I feel like you were like a form of protection for this person, or you could have been. You could have protected their business, protected them, or protected who they are. You were very protective of them. You're protective of your allies. You're protective of your friends. And they lost out with this. They lost out. They're losing out by not having your protection. Yeah. I feel like this person, a lot of people have come their way, and they just don't have a lot of friends. They don't have a lot of clout, and it would have really done them well. They got along well with you and not been a hater or haters of yours, to have you in their life. If they had treated you well, it would have been a good thing for them. Okay, so I feel like this loneliness, this trend with loneliness is going to continue. This trend with good luck draining out of their lives is going to continue. Being alone is going to continue. Okay, and that's unfortunate. Let's go ahead and move on to the next set of oracle cards. Or maybe I'll do tarot cards this time. Okay, so let's get some tarot in there and get some information before we wrap this up. Actually, you know what? Let me do another set of oracle cards because I really want to go in deep with this one. Let's go in deep with this, okay? See what the dynamic is between you and your haters and get more information. Yeah. And I feel like your hater or haters, they may be well off or something. It's possible. But you are impacting their good luck really badly. You're impacting their good luck is draining because of their energy with you. Okay? It's draining away. They're being more impulsive. They're growing more impulsive. They are growing more vulnerable. Their bodies, their lives, their choices, their outcome of their health, their wealth, everything's becoming more vulnerable. They're becoming more disharmonious with their environment, and things are becoming more and more unsafe for them. Not from you, but from life in general, because this is the energy, the energies that they're cultivating in their lives. It's not good for their karma or their the outcome of their lives. Okay. Bear with me while I shuffle real quick. And we might try a different method next time, but this is just the method I felt like trying this time. Oh, my goodness. I'm also getting that your fortune is increasing. Your fortune is increasing. You know, you're getting in harmony with others. Okay? It's almost, there's something about your hater sort of, you know, they're putting themselves in opposition with others. Not just you, but with others also by being your hater. Okay? There's something about that coming through. It's like your haters don't want you to know how they're being affected. They don't want you to know. They're hiding it, for sure. Okay, we got that one. We got that one. Let's take a look at what's coming through here. We have jackpot. Oh my gosh. I gotta tell you something, okay? This is kind of something I saw. I was kind of picking up on is you are very lucky. You are very lucky when it comes to your haters. It's like however things turned out, if you maybe got away from them, or if something got revealed about them, or you all had a falling out or whatever, you are lucky. You won the jackpot because, you know, whatever was revealed or whatever the outcome was, it's moving you closer to where you need to be in life to be successful. Okay? You lucked out by getting away from your hater. You lucked out by having things not work out right with your hater, honestly. It's like this person, they were not good to be around. They were not good to be near. Also, I feel like your good luck is protected, okay? Because you weren't trying to cause harm, okay? Especially if you weren't trying to cause harm or cause mischief. And you were truly an innocent situation. Your karma is winning jackpots, winning a lottery, or winning good fortune in life. Okay, good things happening for you. You've earned that karma now as a result of dealing with your hater. Okay, whatever suffering they cause you, your reward is going to be your luck being improved. Okay, your luck is getting a serious upgrade. We have villain. Yep. And this person looks like they look like the bad guy. They're not getting away with this, okay? They're not getting away with it. They look like the bad guy to your spirit guides. They look like the bad guy to other people. They are the bad guy. They are the villain in this story, and there's no hiding it. They may try to paint a picture like, oh, no, I didn't mean that. I'm actually a decent person, blah, blah, blah. And they may be, but in the way they treated you, they were not. They were not the decent guy. They were the villain. And so they're not going to be able to get away from this stain on their character. They're not. It's going to be apparent to people who go digging, or to others who look on, or who hear of this, what happened, or to other people involved in the situation. Your hater looks like the bad guy. Don't you worry. People view them that way. We got new home. I see that you are going to be your situation is just moving on up. That's what I'm seeing. Good fortune's happening for you. Life is improving for you. You may be moving away from this person, and your situation when you move is going to be much better. You're going to like it. It's going to be nicer, more peaceful. You've been getting away from this person, and so I'm getting like vibes like you may be relocating or getting a new digs, new situation going for yourself. I'm also getting that your fortune is going to be improving. Okay, if you notice after dealing with your villain that your fortune around housing improves, for instance, a better apartment, or moving in on your own, or buying a home, or keeping your home. Some people, it's hard times these days. Maybe they're on the verge of losing their home. You end up keeping your home, or paying off your home, or whatever it is. Okay, or getting a house you really like. Okay, actually getting your dream home, whatever it is. It's coming from the crap you had to take from this guy, or from these people, your hater or your haters. Okay, this is the good karma that you have earned for having handled yourself well. Remember, if you're not causing trouble and you did not trigger this or start this, they're just the ones being an asshole. Well, guess what? All right, you're gonna be blessed. We have self-love and acceptance. Okay, listen. Your hater or haters, it is clear that they did not mess with your self-image none. Okay, you don't think less of yourself. You don't have low self-esteem. This is what they were trying to do to you. Okay, they wanted you to feel like maybe you didn't know what you were talking about, or like you were less than what you thought you were, or whatever. It's like it's this hierarchy game, them trying to make you feel small, and it's like that is still intact. Still, we got someone here with vitiligo. I feel like this person may have wanted you to feel bad because of the way you look or something about your looks. That's possible message for some of y'all, maybe not all, but it could be maybe they felt like, oh, maybe they critiqued something about your looks, maybe openly, maybe quietly, but they thought they wanted you to not like this, to see maybe this was part of the problem, and it's not been touched. It's been untouched. They didn't get to do nothing because you are amazing the way you are. That is the truth of the matter. Okay, it doesn't matter what they think. They're delusional. They're a villain. They're a bad guy trying to bring negative vibrations into the world and cause pain in the world. So their opinion doesn't freaking matter. And so you're walking away with self-love and acceptance of who you are. You know you're good. You know everything's good in your world. You know you're good the way God created you. You're good. Okay? They did not get to affect this none. Awesome. We have evidence. Yeah, exactly. So I do feel like, it is very clear that this person, your hater or your haters, are bad. They're bad people or bad person. They have shown ample proof of that now. This is not going to be a situation where you're being gaslit, where you're thinking that maybe it was in my head, maybe I'm being too hard on them, or maybe them trying to blame this on you somehow. It's not going to work. If they're trying to pin the situation on you, it's not going to work, because there is evidence, direct, clear, salient evidence that contradicts the bull crap that they're trying to put on you. Period. If they're saying, no, for example, they're saying, oh no, viewer took it, viewer did this, viewer did that. There's evidence that they were over there doing it, and it's got their fingerprint on it. Got fingerprint evidence. Okay, hardcore evidence, irrefutable evidence. Maybe they're like, oh, you went to an establishment and they gave you trouble. They were difficult for you to deal with as a customer or something. Maybe it was the other way around. Maybe you're the business owner, they were the customer. I don't care which it is. There is evidence. If they went off saying things about you or whatever, there is evidence that contradicts what they are saying and proves your innocence. So you don't got to worry about that. Okay, this is how you are. This is the energy dynamic between you and them. We got the sun card. Okay, your success is booming right now. We got the sun, we got the jackpot. This is how you're winning. You are successful, and nothing they do can take that away from you. Your success is unhampered, untouched. It is protected, my dear. Okay, protected. They can't touch that. Can't touch this. We have unfinished business. So they're feeling, I feel like what's going to end up happening here, okay, is I think that they feel a sense of a lack of closure over this. They feel like something doesn't quite sit right with them on how all this happened. Okay, perhaps maybe you got the last word, or maybe something about the way it went down. They're telling themselves, God, I wish I could just get in the last few words with viewer, or I wish something doesn't sit right with them. Maybe they have a guilty conscience. It could be that they feel like they didn't get to really say everything they wanted to say to you. But that's their problem, right? That's their freaking problem. That has nothing to do with you. They feel like, I don't think I handled that right, but I can't quite put my finger on it, on how I should have handled it with viewer and all that. It's too late. It's done. But I do feel like they do have a strong sense of this. We have judgment. They've made a discovery about you. They made a discovery. They have realized that you're doing very well for yourself. Okay? You're not some low-grade person or something like this. They've realized this about you. They've also had an awakening. I feel like this person wants to seek your forgiveness. Can you believe it? Okay, the Judgment card is about seeking forgiveness. They want your forgiveness, actually. But I get the feeling that they're either too much of a practiced bad person to want this or to ask for it, or maybe they want it to be given to them gratis. There are a lot of entitled, negative people that want to just be forgiven. They don't want to have to say they're sorry and all that. It's not going to be happening, okay? But they are wanting it, okay? We have handicap. I feel like your haters, they may be mentally slow or something. Is that possible? They may be mentally slow. They may be dyslexic. They may, and I'm not saying that as an insult or a put down. I'm just saying they have handicaps. They have difficulties, okay, in processing information. There is something about them that makes life harder than for others. And instead of using this as, okay, a point of virtue, right, a challenge that can give them more virtue, they have gotten mad about it and take it out on others. They're grumpy. They're grumpy. They're resentful that they have to have this handicap, and they tend to take it out on other people, okay, like you. And so they may feel less than when it comes to you, feeling like they don't have everything they need. We got the High Priestess. We got a lot of major arcana coming through on this bottom end here. Yeah, they feel like they don't have a voice. They feel like, they feel a sense of loss about you not being a part of the situation anymore. Their impression of you was that you know what's up. You know what's up. Okay, you know what's really going on. They can play all the games they want, but they got the impression from you that you know what's going on. They got the impression from you that you're chill, that you're a good person, that you are a spiritual person, that you have a lot of wisdom, that you are you're very reflective, and that you're intuitive. You have insight into the situation. You're very intelligent. You knew exactly what was going on, and they're just like, they have mad respect for this, but they would never come out and tell you this. And you have removed yourself from their situation. That's the message that's coming through for sure. You have removed yourself from their situation. As a result, they don't have the grace that comes along with your presence. Okay, and I'm not trying to hype you up unnecessarily here. I'm just trying to say that they lost out big time because you're a good person. They don't deserve to have you, so therefore they've lost you. Okay, let's get some tarot cards here and wrap it up with a tarot reading. So something else that they came through is, I feel like your hater or your haters, they lack self-control. They lack self-control. They kind of just let themselves just kind of, they let themselves fly off the handle with you. They let themselves they lack self-control. They just kind of like lashed out. Or they kind of lost self-control, right, around you. And that's coming through. So they're not up to snuff when it comes to taking control of themselves, their emotions, their impulses. We have that's another message that came through before I looked at the cards. We got the Nine of Wands. Wow. Man. Your hater or haters, man. They are so paranoid. You got them feeling defensive. You got them feeling like, I feel like it must have been something you said or did that makes them feel like, no, you're not going to say that about me. Or you're not going to, they got problems, man. They may have been through it. So what I'm getting, okay, it looks like Lila wants to leave. You want to come over this way, baby? Lila wants to leave. She's tired of sitting over there. Lila, sit. Yeah, I want her to get it out of her system. She keeps wanting to sit over there, and I'm just like, all right, fine, you can have it. But it looks like she got out of her system a little bit. Okay, so let's get back to this reading. Yeah, you got your hater or haters. They're guarded about you. They must have felt attacked by you or something, and they feel like, you know, they got something to defend. It could be because they have low self-esteem, or they may have gotten attacked by others over something, maybe some flaw of theirs or some shortcoming of theirs, and they feel like you're making them. This is a story of their past, and they're kind of taking that out on you a little bit. Okay, they're kind of taking that out on you. They're very defensive personality, and they have problems. Okay, I'm sorry. When it comes to a particular topic or matter, you're winning. You're winning. Okay, my beautiful collective, you are winning. You have a great reputation. You look fantastic. When you first showed up, they're like, oh my gosh, they were taken aback by your sense of victory, your beauty. There's something that you do really well at. It could be the way you look, the way you dress, your reputation, your magnanimity, your graciousness, your smile, your looks, your sense of fashion. I don't know what it is, but I feel like your hater or haters are really like, man, they are really taken aback by how good you look, and it makes them, I think there might be a little bit of jealousy or competitiveness. Maybe they felt like they felt like their self-esteem is so low that being around someone who looks as good as you, or being around someone who has a good reputation like you do, better than theirs, is a concern. I feel like this person is this hater, they're very concerned about their reputation around you too. They're like, I feel like I almost feel like they need to be careful with you, because whatever they do wrong to you, everybody's going to be hearing about it. So they need to be careful, something like this. Or they're realizing that you are someone who's well known, and they need to be very careful. This is where they have messed up. Okay, this is where they messed up with you. You're a very loving person. You're very receptive. You're very kind. You have a lot of love and compassion, and they no longer have this energy in their lives. I feel like they completely misread your energy at some point. They did. They misread your energy. We have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah. And now, because of how they've behaved, you are now kind of keeping your money to yourself, keeping yourself to yourself. You're not sharing with them anymore. You're keeping that love under wraps. You're not going to be pouring it all over them or anything like that. You're like, no, that's enough for you, hater or haters. You don't get to have any more love from me. I gotta preserve myself. I gotta preserve my energy, and there's just this vibe of that going on. Okay, so they're losing out because they no longer get to have your love. They no longer get a very limited version of it, one or the other. Okay, one or the other. Next, we have the Three of Swords. Yeah, this person, your hater or haters, they are heartbroken. They are heartbroken by the way you are withdrawing your love, withdrawing your money, They feel a sense of loss over something you are bringing to the table, for sure. This is someone you must have known. Someone you must know. Yeah. This is not just some stranger. Or maybe it's a stranger that you had a dealing with, and it had the potential, especially with the Ace of Clubs, to become something more. And you know what they've lost out on is you may have blocked them. You're just not going to be spending your money there with them. You're not going to be giving them love. If anything, maybe you said some things that hurt them deeply, or wrote some things. We see a journal here that hurt them deeply. Maybe in message, maybe in email, maybe in a review, maybe I don't know what. Okay. We have the High Priestess. Again, we give the High Priestess. There is synchronicity here. This message is coming through very clearly. All right. They have lost you. They have lost your friendship. They have lost you. You're no longer going to be a part of their situation, and that bothers them. It bothers them because you are attractive. You are someone who maybe they would have liked to have gotten to be around them. You know, you may be a model, maybe, okay, and they wanted to have or look like one. They wanted to have your energy around them, that kind of energy, beauty, female beauty. Or maybe you're very intuitive, you're very insightful, and you are you're just keeping a lot of things to yourself now. You're a mystery now. You keep your secrets to yourself. They don't know who you are. They don't know anything about your situation, and this is a loss for them. They're missing out on your love. They feel that you're a very loving person, and they don't get to have your love. Okay? They feel that when you pour, you pour. Okay? I feel like the consensus in you have compassion, you have empathy, you have care, you have nurturing, you have sensitivity to certain emotions, and it feels like they just know that they were not ready for you. They were not ready for you. They're stuck in this energy. They're stuck in this energy where it's like, the only thing they know how to do is to control others. The only thing they know how to do is to be all about the intellect, cold, hard knowledge, and, beep, beep, pop, pop, and very stiff. And they have benefited from your loving emotions, your emotional intelligence, and your emotional nurturing. Either of them or of their activities or their business or something like this, or just having you in their life would have been a good thing. It would have given them a good reputation, but they didn't want to. They've lost out on this at this point. Okay. We have the Death card, which is signifying that something has come to an end. It's a done deal. There's no going back on this. There's no going back on the ending. They know it. They feel a sense of loss because it's like they're losing out on resources. They're losing out on the charity of others, namely you, viewer. And finally, we have the Eight of Wands. Yeah, they're very impulsive. They realize that it's like, was it something I said? They're realizing that all of this pain, all of the crap that happened was because they lost control of themselves. They lost control of themselves, okay? They gave into a certain, low vibrational impulses. Maybe they cheated. Maybe they lashed out at you too much. Maybe they were hurtful. Maybe they said the wrong things. Maybe they, they did or said something wrong to you, and it was like they betrayed themselves. They showed who they were. They really were. Maybe they were hiding some things for you. Maybe they were hiding that they don't really respect women or don't really respect people who look like you, or maybe they show that they have a temper or whatever it is, and there is no coming back from it. It's been shown now. It's been revealed. The cat is out of the bag, and so there's no going back, and they know this, and they're kind of heartbroken by it. They're heartbroken by it. They have a lack of self-control, and they know it. Your haters, and they feel a sense of loss that you've gone to see something, an ugly side, and they've lost you out of their life, out of their sphere because of it. And that's when I've seen the cards for you, my beautiful viewers. So, if you want to, you can tell me who's the person that came to mind while we're doing this reading. Drop the name of that person or a description of who they are in the comment section. I would love to hear about this person or hear more about your situation. I read all comments. And let me know what type of tarot readings you would like me to do next. Take very good care of yourself, okay, my beautiful viewer? And I'll catch up with you at the next one. Bye!